If you clicked on this video, there's two options. One, you think you're bad at the game, in which case you're perfectly correct. Two, you think you're good at the game, in which case humble yourself, because I am way better than you. In both cases, you are like a lost lamb looking to suckle on Kiostin's ample teeth, filled with nutritious guides. But the thing is, you're not gonna improve at the game watching guides. You're gonna improve at the game by repeating exactly everything that I say to everyone you know. You may have seen some videos about Arknights being too easy if you use the meta, but I trust that you are stupid enough to never find this game easy, even with all the meta. So grab Sutra, grab Chalter, and level them up to 90, S3 M3, and go wild. There is no need to interact meaningfully with the stage mechanics if Chumi just pulverizes everything. Now, you can know a lot about a stage before you even enter it, by just looking at the map. If you see a tile like this, with like a fence around it, it means enemies aren't coming through there. Not even the Stultiferanavis cum tiles can get on there. This is explained nowhere. The game just doesn't tell you this. If you see a lane that is off to the side, that likely means that strong enemies will come through there, so don't place Myrtle. If you see stairs, you need to make sure enemies don't take them, or you set up an ambush at the exit. If you see an open map, start to panic. Next, I know that some of you are leveling up the waifus before leveling up the meta. Fuck that! You are not good at this game, so you don't have the skill required to be able to afford the luxury of not building the meta. Unless you're Silvergun, Deep Color isn't gonna help you in hard stages. After that, you need to realize that the phrase "there are no bad operators, just bad doctors" is a shitty meme that was spread by people with F-tier waifus like Tsukinogi as a way to cope. Some units, even some 6 stars, are just a waste of resources. Okay, Supa, but what about CC? I hear you say. CC is very hard. First of all, no it isn't. Second of all, CC is all about choosing the correct risks for your squad. If your squad is really reliant on physical damage, then maybe don't pick the risk that increases enemy defense. If you have a specific strategy in mind, don't pick risks that go against it. If you can't get to risk 18 without them, skill issue. Okay, Supa, but what about bosses? I hear you say. First of all, stop doing whataboutism, it's very annoying. Second of all, just suture them. Or, in other words, burst them down before they can do anything. You want to make them feel like they're inside a washing machine. If you don't have the operators to burst bosses down, skill issue. Just get luckier and roll them. But I guess stalling works too. So instead of feeling like they're inside a washing machine, they will literally die by 1,000 paper cuts, slowly and agonizingly. Another important thing is having a varied selection of available operators. If there's something that only one operator can do, it's a good idea to at least E1 max them. You want to have every tool possible to be as flexible as possible to be able to properly counter the stage. Does this mean that you need to level up Nightmare because she's the only one with the Nightmare effect? No, Nightmare is a terrible unit, and she has 2 E0 hearts. What I mean is that your selection of leveled up operators need to be able to cover a lot of niches. Sometimes silence is very useful, sometimes silence is very useful, sometimes you need to stall, and sometimes camouflage completely cheeses a boss, and so on. If you apply my teachings and also drink some smart juice, or in other words, Gummies breast milk, you will become a god tier Arknighter, capable of accomplishing such high feats as clearing very simple S stages, or achieving the bare minimum in CC. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a CBT session with Gummy coming up. I must go.